Hi, everybody. Welcome into Northland basketball. Welcome to Snowflake High School tonight. Lobo Gymnasium for an outstanding doubleheader matchup of varsity basketball that we have straight ahead for you. We've got games with tons of drama ahead in the girls' game. The first one coming up, the number 2 ranked Snowflake Lady Lobos getting set to take on the number 4 ranked Sholo Cougars. How about 3A East girls basketball? It has steadily improved over the last 4 or 5 years. And what I mean by that is consistently. We've had great basketball. When Alchese was in the East previously, when Snowflake had some of their great teams on and off over the years, Winslow has had some powerful teams. But to have the consistency we've had in the last 4 or 5 years has been fantastic. Ladies like Raquel Wilson right there, shooting some warm-ups, getting ready for the Sholo Lady Cougars. That team is ranked number 4 in the state. So it's number 4 and number 2. And when was the last time these two teams playing each other were ranked this high? I think it's happened in the last couple of years, but that has not been something that we were used to in the past. These programs have improved so much, and their coaches at the helm right now in these two ladies programs doing such a great job. I just think the future is going to continue to be bright for both the Sholo Cougars under head coach Christy Francis and the Snowflake Lobos led by their head coach Mike Brogan. So tonight, that's what you're looking at. You're looking at a lot of drama in this game. Can Snowflake hang on to as high as a number 2 seed as we get ready for the playoffs coming up? Snowflake also ranked very high in the Copper tournament rankings as well. Sholo's in that bracketing at the moment with just a couple of games left on the schedule. So there's drama right here between these two teams. But the boys' game coming up, that features a lot of its own drama. The Snowflake Lobos still fairly highly ranked, right at that number 10 area, and hoping to finish as high as possible, as every team does. But the Sholo Cougars, ranked number 28 in the state right now in the boys' game. Sholo with a couple of wins to finish out if they can beat Snowflake, and then if they can beat the Holbrook Roadrunners, Sholo's boys' team. That virtually guarantees them a spot in the playoffs. You never know how the rankings are going to shake out when it's all said and done. But if you beat two higher and fairly highly ranked teams like Snowflake and Holbrook, there's probably going to do you well as far as moving positions up in the rankings. And you would expect that Sholo's going to get into some playoff positioning. Right now, as we get set for this girls' game, it's time for the national anthem. They will announce the starting lineups here at Snowflake High School. We'll give those to you when we get to tip-off. I'm going to mention a couple of other notes of interest for you as we close in on the start of our broadcast here tonight at Snowflake. And first of all, a look at the overall season records for the two clubs. And taking a look at the Sholo Cougars, a 20-5 overall record, ranked number 4 in the state. A 20-win season. And they're just going to improve on that with games left to play. The Snowflake Lady Lobos, ranked number 2 in the state. They are 23-4 overall. And, just two great accomplishments. And for these two teams to be doing it at the same time, you just got to love the way the 3A East is improving as we go, and at some point soon in the near future, the Winslow Bulldogs girls program is going to be back. Not the greatest year this year. And that young lady right there, mugging for the camera, is, again, one of the big reasons for the Show Low Cougars. And we're going to introduce her along with her teammates here in the starting lineup in just a moment. Snowflake is getting their introduction to the hometown crowd. Coming up, the boys game a little later on. Critical game for the Show Low Cougars especially, but both teams will treat this one with ultimate care. There was some news, by the way, surrounding one of these boys varsity programs, and I don't know yet that I can share that news. You may have already heard the news. Certainly the news will come out here soon, but there's news. Unfortunately, that's about all I can tell you right now. There's news. It's a lot of news about a lot of different things. We've got some big news at White Mountain Radio coming soon. Some big news there. I think news that I would expect that you're going to find tantalizing and interesting. See, we have a problem on the graphic that I'm going to have to go and fix here probably at the end of the first quarter. Apologies on that. I might just do that right now, and as they tip it up, and Tatum Moore going up against Rennell West. Tatum for Show Low, Rennell for Snowflake. The opening tip is controlled by the Show Low Cougars. They've got the ball, and they'll lob it down low to Raquel Wilson. Bounce pass in the paint. That's to Reese Perkins. Unable to make the shot, and after the Show Low rebound, a Snowflake foul is committed. And maybe not. That'll be a turnover. Maybe that was a travel. I didn't quite see the signal. This ball is going to be lost on the dribble up the floor. Tripping up a little bit is Snowflake's Kennedy Stewart. The Lady Lobo starters include number 3 there, Kennedy Stewart. Also number 10, Nicole Hips in the starting lineup. Number 1, Raya Denhalter. There's number 24, Rennell West, meeting the ball as it comes into front court. A drive by Perkins and a dish left side. The 5th of the starters for the Snowflake Lobos is number 4, Taylor Hancock. And here is a 3 on the way from Tatum Moore. Missed that shot. Rebound Nicole Hips. And she is going to race up the floor and almost beat 3 defenders surrounding her. Missed the shot. Denhalter's follow. No good for Snowflake, but it is controlled by the Lady Lobos. Still working to try and get the first points of this one as we go a minute into the action here. If you're listening on radio, you're listening on Mix 98, KRFM Show Low, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone. And thanks for being with us here as we go just past 6 o'clock in the evening on this early February day in 2025. And a steal by Raquel Wilson. Do not expect a very low number of those. Raquel's gonna come up with some takeaways in the game. She just always does. That is a Show Low missed opportunity. Rennell West rebound, and Kennedy Stewart pushes it up the floor for Snowflake. Long shot for Kennedy. No good there. Tipped out by Show Low. Snowflake to reset for an inbound. So in a moment, we'll get a timeout here soon and fix a little graphics problem for you there. Here's the inbound for the Lady Lobos. Stewart will try to force a pass inside. Somehow ends up in Rennell West's hands, and then a jump shot for Taylor Hancock. That's no good. It's out of bounds, and that is off the Cougars. Hancock will yell out the inbound play. And it's into Nicole Hips. We have played 2 minutes of scoreless basketball here in this game so far. There it is. There's the final points of the quarter. Or the first points of the quarter. Been so long, I got excited. 2 on the board for Nicole Hibbs, and Snowflake is in front 2-0. Here's an inbound. A pass intended for the paint for Show Low is knocked out by Snowflake. Check the starters for head coach Christy Francis and the Show Low Cougars. This lob goes over Tatum Moore's hands out of bounds. Tatum Moore, number 12, is in the starting lineup. Also number 5, Raquel Wilson, number 1, Reese Perkins. Also starting this game is number 2. That's Jaylee Boyce, and the 5th of the starters is number 10, Anaya Paxson for Sholo. We've got 5:28 on the clock in the first quarter, a 2-0 Snowflake lead. Long pass is stolen by Jaylee Boyce, and she just double dribbled. Yeah, she did. Dribble kind of got away from her, so she had to reach up and try to control it. And when she did, instead of coming to a stop, she tried to deke the officials and just keep on dribbling. Maybe if I just act like I know what I'm doing here, nobody will notice. Fake it till you make it. Unfortunately, the official did see that. A little double dribble, and here's a pass inside for Snowflake that is tipped and knocked away, and a steal for Raquel Wilson. Second of the game for Raquel. She was going to throw a pass and throw it right into the opponent hand. Raya Denhalter got a steal back, and then another steal. Sholo this time. Tatum Moore with the steal, and Reese Perkins with the knee brace and the dribble. Right side, and it'll be a Nicole Hips foul. She got aggressive, and she got a little body there on the receiver. That'll be the first team foul on Snowflake. Inbound, and that one barely just beating the time. Wilson on the drive. The lefty won't go down. Jump ball tied up by Anaya Paxson. It will be Sholo's basketball for an inbound coming up. Snowflake has gotten Haley Westover, number 5, checked into the game. Inbound for the Sholo Cougars. The lob comes into Grace. That's Grace, not Grace Moore. Grace probably watching the game. I think she goes to school at BYU, the older sister of Tatum Moore. Meanwhile, Snowflake will get the ball back. And Westover stops on the baseline, overshot there. Rebound, Perkins up the right sideline, and she is going to take a methodical approach into front court. And reverse pivot at the free throw line, and she'll draw a foul. 2 shots on the way for Sholo's Reese Perkins. And the lady that committed the foul, I think, is Rennell West. It is. Rennell committing her first foul for the Lady Lobos. Team foul number 2 on the Snowflake Lobos halfway through the first quarter. Perkins at the line, and the Perkins foul shot is successful. Second one is going to swirl out of there. Sholo Cougars, it took them a half the first quarter just to get their first point of the game. But while Snowflake's defense has made it difficult, Sholo's played some pretty good defense too. There is a runner on the left baseline, and Taylor Hancock stopping short of the key there. Able to drop in that running jump shot for Snowflake. Their lead is 4-1 right now. Though Westover will help apply some defense on Sholo and force the Cougars after a turnover to take a timeout. 3 minutes and 36 seconds on the clock first quarter. Northland basketball. It's presented by the Sports Zone. Stand by.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a 2-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Well, I didn't entirely see the last exchange there. I was doing a little bit of work, and you saw the stuff on the screen, the action on the screen as we came out of the timeout, and the Show Low Cougars appear to have gotten another steal. It appears to be the steal number 3 of the game for Raquel Wilson, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, Derek, is that about right? Seem about right? Don't know. I saw Raquel picking the ball up right there as I got back to my post here, and looked like a steal. There's a steal for sure. And a Nicole Hips takeaway. Nicole, a great defender in her own right, and able to convert that into a bucket there and make it a 6-1 game. So out of the timeout, Coach Francis trying to redirect her team. She was able to get them to. She was able to get some of her intended message sent. They made a great defensive play, but they could not turn it into points. Snowflake instead with a steal that leads to a transition bucket. Now they'll run it up the floor again here. A travel called on Rennell West. Chance checking in on our Sports Zone Radio live chat says that the Alchesay varsity boys have defeated Holbrook in a thriller of a game, 54-52. Well, thanks, Chance, for that update. And congratulations to the Alchesay Falcons. Those games played earlier today, the boys and girls varsity games. Scheduled earlier, there was that incident when these two teams played at Holbrook a few days ago. As you watch Nicole Hips bury a 3 for Snowflake. And the Lobos they've gotten out to a monster start here, 9-1. I was talking with Coach Mike Brogan of Snowflake before the game, and we were talking about his team and their road win over Holbrook recently. Remember, Holbrook got I think a 20-point win over Snowflake right here. Maybe that was 20 points over No, it wasn't Sholo. I'm confused, but I know that, the Holbrook girls did beat Snowflake, and Snowflake went back and returned that favor in Holbrook recently. And Coach Brogan, you see him there on the bench, he mentioned that his team got a 29-6 first quarter advantage over Holbrook and never looked back. 29-6. Now, that not quite that kind of offense here in this one, but the same kind of disparity here. 9-1. Sholo's been held to no field goals made so far. There's a steal, the 4th steal of the quarter for Raquel Wilson. Will not produce their first field goal, but Raquel is going to the foul line on a J.C. Ballard foul. And she'll have 2 shots right here and see if she can get them off of that 1 point they've been stuck on for 3 minutes. It's not going to happen on the first foul shot. A very flat, very slow start for the Lady Cougars. And finally, there's that foul shot made, but still, Sholo's played the entire first quarter, almost 7 minutes of basketball. Got 1:15 remaining in the quarter, and they have not put a field goal on the board. Terry James is checking in on our live chat and asks the question, will you be broadcasting the 3A North Region Tournament? The answer is yes. And Terry, I have to tell you, it is going to be available only on pay-per-view. There's going to be a pay-per-view option that you'll get maybe as early as tomorrow to buy your tickets to watch, but it will be available on a pay-per-view live video stream channel. We will have the audio, and there will be an audio with a graphic on our YouTube channel. You'll be able to hear it, and if you want to watch the live video, then you'll have a link that you can click through to purchase a subscription to watch the 3A North Region Basketball Tournament. There's a run up the floor, and that one goes out of bounds. Back to Sholo. Well, can the Cougars get that elusive first shot from the field to go in here before the quarter ends? I would be stunned to see Sholo play an entire quarter of basketball and not hit at least one basket from the field. Inside, Paxton turns. That one's a little bit short, and it's knocked out of bounds by Rennell West. Denhalter might have got a hand on it. It's out of bounds. And with 20.8 seconds and no shot clock, Sholo will run the inbound play. Paxson looking to the top of the key. She bounces this one in. And a dangerous pass that is stolen by Raya Denhalter. And Raya is going to go on a run. And she makes that shot in transition. Her first points of the game. 11-2. 5 seconds. There's a runner that goes up. It is no good on the shot attempt by Kelsey Romo, who had just come in for Sholo. And it ends the first quarter, and the Cougars shockingly have not hit a field goal yet. And we'll go to the second quarter. Do stand by for this one, number 2, hosting number 4 in the state. It's Northland basketball, presented by Sports Zone Radio.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Show Low Ford has the best deals. Not only does Show Low Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Show Low Ford sells the best at the best price. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
Our thanks to our outstanding sponsoring partners of Northland basketball. They include Sholo Ford, Holbrook Family Dentistry, Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, Navajo Petroleum, White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And our presenting sponsor is Choice Broadband. Here's the ball that will roll out of bounds. That will be last touched by the Sholo Cougars. And so 15 seconds or thereabouts into the second quarter. We are back with Northland basketball here at the Sports Zone. At halftime, it's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report. There was a Raya Denhalter shot that won't go in. Rebounded by Renelle West, and she'll take the extra step. And Sholo will get the ball back here as we move to this second quarter. Snowflake 11, Sholo 2. Thanks for joining us for our broadcast coverage of Northland basketball, the 3A East. And there's a lob inside, and there's the first field goal. A great pass by Tatum Moore. She lobbed it over the defense. And Raquel Wilson will have the first points of the game for Sholo. A 3 on the way. No good for Kennedy Stewart, but there's Hancock in traffic. Outmatching those taller defenders for the rebound. Now Nicole Hips. Throw in off the glass and get a timeout for Snowflake. Stand by. Their lead is 9. Here in the second quarter, it's Northland basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
In years past, when you needed expert medical care, you may have overlooked one credible local healthcare provider. White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic is your destination for specialized care, orthopedics, podiatry, behavioral health, and advanced interventional pain management. And it's all closer than you think. Located in Springerville, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
From the Snowflake timeout, Sholo's got the ball and some pretty good defense by Renelle West. She just would not be denied. Knocked it loose and then ripped it away. Up the floor it goes, and the ball is going to get knocked out of bounds, but a Sholo foul contributed to that. And Tatum Moore is the lady that commits the foul, her first in the game. First second quarter team foul on Sholo. Snowflake has none yet. Inbound, and a shot good from the corner. A 3 is up there, and Kennedy Stewart connects. Sholo's got some issues to deal with. They have scored 2 points in the quarter. That was a Raquel Wilson shot a moment ago. As you see Tatum Moore get a jump shot for Sholo now, but boy, they've struggled, had their problems. Snowflake has outscored them now 5-4. So that last jump shot was a much needed bucket. Beautiful pass inside. Kennedy Stewart feeds Rennell West, and Rennell has that basket. 18-6. Snowflake putting on a clinic right here. I hear talk from some people before the game round talking about how Sholo would dominate the game. I felt like they weren't giving Snowflake the due credit for a number 2 ranked team. But not everybody does their homework. And here comes the inbound for Sholo. They got a couple of new ladies out there on the floor. Inbound to Raquel Wilson. Wilson at the top of the key, guarded by Hancock. And she is going to pick up the dribble at the elbow left side. Dump a pass to Paxson. Paxson shot no good. Tipped, and Wilson has the rebound. Sholo working with it. And Raquel's going to drive, and she burst with some speed around the left side, but maybe too fast. Shot didn't go down for her. In transition, Nicole Hips unable to make it on the other end of the floor. And it's Reese Perkins grabbing that rebound, and she'll grab the extra step as well. Coming up the floor. Somebody on our live chat mentioning that these girls have some great defense, and that's absolutely right. Snowflake, Sholo, Northland basketball here at the Sports Zone. And they do have great defense, both teams. Now, Sholo's defense at its apex, at its best, is, I believe, better than any defense in 3A basketball. And I know there's a number of teams that would argue against that, but I've had a pretty good sampling, especially of East and North teams. And that leads me to say that as you watch Kennedy Stewart's left hand beating that defense I just hailed and putting 20 on the board now for Snowflake. They lead 20-6, if you can believe that. Here's a long three, no good for Paxson. Paxson struggled. She has had her struggles in this one, shooting from the field. And a ball out of bounds off the Cougars. Neither team has gone real deep on their benches yet. I say that. Tatum Moore is about to check in. But she's the starter for Sholo. We'll get a foul on Snowflake. And it's Rennell West. West with her second foul of the game. Priestley Binney had been on the floor. She just checked out. A moment ago we saw Reese Hatch out there on the floor for Sholo. Ball goes to the left angle, now the corner, and it's going to be a three on the way. No good for Moore. Sholo got the rebound. Keep it alive. Moore again, this time from 17 feet straight over the top. It's no good. Nicole Hips was battling, lost it. And that shot good inside for Raquel Wilson. Well, I've got to ask the question. I asked Coach Christy Francis before the game about her team, about everybody. Is everybody okay? And she indicated they were all okay, but we have not seen Jordan Boyce, jersey number 3. No sign of Jordan Boyce. Here's a three on the way. No good there. And West will get pushed. And apparently pushed before the shot. The official says that's a push foul, inbound on the way coming up. And West, fighting for the rebound, got pushed during that attempt. Here comes Reese Hatch. Reese's Pieces, Hatch is into the game, replacing Grace Moore. Grace leaving after she got her second foul. Couple of shots, no good. Grace, did I say Grace again? It's Tatum. Tatum Moore in the paint. Raquel Wilson, shot no good. Snowflake on the rebound, push it up the floor. Kennedy Stewart to step aside, and the shot on the way. It's no good. And that one is pulled down. Rebound by Jaylee Boyce up the right side. And let it fly. That one is no good for Raquel Wilson. Shot percentage for the Sholo Cougars has been anything but pleasant for a Cougar fan. Dan Halter missed the shot, rebound, and tied up. Tied up by Wilson. Into the game for Snowflake is Haley Westover. Also checking in for Sholo is Lacey Peter, number 20. And it will be Lacey to inbound the ball with 2:55 on the clock in the second quarter. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report comes up at the break. Denhalter a takeaway. And in trouble in backcourt. Oh, great defense by Raquel Wilson. She was able to force the turnover. A steal by Reese Perkins and the assist from Reese on a shot made by Wilson. Wilson's got 7 first-half points. Sholo is trying to narrow the gap here. They're down by 10. 20-10 our score. 2:23 on the clock in the second quarter. Top of the key, Snowflake with it. That's Kennedy Stewart, guarded by Reese Hatch. Hatch covering her closely. Kennedy will try to go around the key right side and flip a pass to Taylor Hancock for the fadeaway. The shot is good, and with the make, Snowflake wants a timeout with 2:06 left here in the quarter and leading 22-10. Stand by. Northland basketball presented by Sports Zone Radio.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
Right there from the timeout, you saw Raquel Wilson trying to post up. Not the strongest part of her game. And it didn't work out. Hey, there is Reese Perkins just picking the pocket of the Snowflake ball handler, J.C. Ballard. So Sholo goes back to work with 92 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Anaya Paxton trying to work against 3 defenders. That might have been ill-advised. And Snowflake comes up with a basketball. A 2-on-1, and they're going to lose it out of bounds. Back to Sholo. 1:21 remaining here in the first half. A 12-point lead for the Snowflake Lady Lobos. You know what's interesting about some of these games, and I would say more than just a handful of the games in the 3A East this year, is the disparity in some of these games, the difference in the score. In spite of the fact that there's some really quality teams, there have been some very good teams get blown out a little bit, and that's kind of what's happening in this half to the Sholo Cougars. Very good team, but it ain't working out as well as they would like it to. That last basket, Anaya Paxton, her first points of the game. And a inbound for Snowflake on the way. That is a personal foul whistled on. Well, I guess that's on Reese Perkins, if I'm getting that right. Tatum Moore checks back in. Anaya Paxton goes out of the game. Moore joins Wilson. Lacey Peter. Priestley Binney is on the floor as well. Reese Perkins out there for the Cougars. Taylor Hancock guarded very closely by Perkins. Here's a shot from 3. And Kennedy Stewart was feeling it all the way on release, and it was perfect. Snowflake's lead is 25-12. That's a pass, tough to handle, kicked out by Hancock. Lady Lobos assuredly going in with a big lead at halftime. How big? Stay tuned. 32 seconds now. Sholo, no shot clock, and Wilson unable to get the defender on the wrong foot. She had to get rid of it, and a runner that misses for Sholo. Snowflake up the floor. Hancock. And a drop it back to Stewart. And this 3 goes up, and that is good for Nicole Hips. What a half for Snowflake. They have shot the ball well. They played great defense, and they're going to take a big lead in at halftime. Long shot at the buzzer. It is no good. And our score, Snowflake 28, Show Low 12. The Lady Lobos with a big halftime lead. As we step aside for a moment, we'll break it down on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint halftime report coming right up. Stand by for that, everybody. It's Northland Basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Show Low Ford has the best deals. Not only does Show Low Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Show Low Ford sells the best at the best price. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
Hey, Lifeline phone users, important news flash. If you don't use your phone regularly, it could get deactivated. Remember, use it, don't lose it. Call, text, or go online weekly to keep your free benefit active. Cellular One is here to keep you connected with our free Lifeline phone program, offering unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data. Stay connected with the largest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Visit your nearest Cellular One store or mycellularone.com for details.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
How would you like to be sitting on a beach under the palm trees with your feet in the warm sand and sitting next to the one you love? It's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Valentine's Special, and you could win a Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 plus $1,000 cash. Right now, with your insured windshield replacement, everyone can take that special person in their life out for 2 dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse.
Wow!
Then take them to the movies with 2 free theater tickets. And everyone's name, including insurance and cash jobs, will go in the hat for a chance to win a 5-night Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 and $1,000 spending cash. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, and a cruise for 2 with $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day.
536-5972. Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash Back. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first-half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Vitamin C and zinc. Vitamin C and zinc. You're asking what my secret is, why everybody's been getting sick. And this year I've been able to avoid, at least to this point, avoid that nasty cough, that nasty cold that I always get every year. Well, I did get COVID back in the summertime. Back in, I think it was August, I got COVID. And I got a little bit sick for sure with that. But every time I have felt something come on, a little scratch in my throat, the body ache kind of hit me, whatever it is, I've been hammering it with vitamin C, which I take every day anyway. And when I feel something coming on, I start hitting the zinc every day. And I'll do that for like 5 days in a row, something like that. And I've been able to stave off these potentials. And I've been around a lot of sick people, I can tell you that. So you were asking what my secret is? Oh, you weren't asking. I was just telling you. Got it. Okay, well, that is my secret. I mentioned that because Coach Brogan is just getting over an illness. Something hit him on Saturday, and I find out that Jordan Boyce, the great guard for Sholo, she is sick and not here, not available. And we're just running into a lot of these athletes been sick here lately. Pretty much on every team we've come across. Everything's been going around as it always does in the wintertime. Halftime score here, Snowflake 28, Sholo 12 as we get going on the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. How about this start? What a start for Snowflake. They outscored Sholo 11-2 in the first quarter. Sholo did not get a field goal in that first quarter. They hit 2 free throws. In the second quarter, Snowflake kept pouring it on, and they outscored Sholo in that quarter 17-10, and that gets you out here to 28-12 at halftime. Just a great job by the Lady Lobos. They have connected on 4 3-pointers in the first half. Sholo has not hit a 3-pointer, and they've only made 5 field goals, all of that in the second quarter. Snowflake is led by Nicole Hips in the scoring department. Nicole with a couple of threes and 12 points so far in the game. She's also played strong defense, as the entire Snowflake defense has. Taylor Hancock with a good first half, 4 points for her. Kennedy Stewart hit 2 threes in the second quarter. She's got 8 points. A couple of Snowflake Lobos with 2 points apiece. Raya Denhalter with 2. And Renelle West has 2 points for Snowflake. The Sholo Cougars are led in scoring by Raquel Wilson. 7 points for Raquel. And I had her, very unofficially, but I had her at 4 steals in the first quarter. Now, I don't think she got a steal in the second quarter, because that's just one of those things that I pay attention to, since she is so good defensively. And she can tally those numbers in a hurry. Well, 4 steals is what I have her at in that first half, all of that in the first quarter. 2 points for Anaya Paxson, 2 points for Tatum Moore, and Reese Perkins has 1 point. Sholo's got to find their shot. They have not been hitting shots. They don't have a 3 yet. And, take a little bit better care of the basketball. They got to get a run going somewhere here. And I would venture to say early on in the second half. That run's got to come early, and they've got to close that gap, get that deficit down quite a bit more than what you're seeing right now. We'll see what goes on in the third quarter as we bring you back to it here in a moment. That is going to wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. The second half is on the way next. It's Northland basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
How would you like to be sitting on a beach under the palm trees with your feet in the warm sand and sitting next to the one you love? It's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Valentine's Special, and you could win a Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 plus $1,000 cash. Right now, with your insured windshield replacement, everyone can take that special person in their life out for 2 dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse. Wow! Then take them to the movies with 2 free theater tickets. And everyone's name, including insurance and cash jobs, will go in the hat for a chance to win a 5-night Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 and $1,000 spending cash. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, and a cruise for 2 with $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness, and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Have you heard the big news? At White Mountain Regional Medical Center, we are bigger and better than ever. With our newly expanded emergency room facility and capabilities, we are even better equipped to handle your urgent needs with the care and efficiency you deserve. Discover the new standard in healthcare right in your backyard. Choose White Mountain Regional Medical Center, located in Springerville, where specialized and emergency care are now within reach.
Hey, welcome back in, everybody. Welcome back to our coverage of Northland basketball. This big 3A East region showdown between the Snowflake Lady Lobos and the Show Low Cougars. And the first points of the third quarter, kind of like the first half. Kennedy Stewart is on fire right now. She's got 3 threes in the game for the Lady Lobos and 11 points overall. The lob to the baseline over Tatum Moore's hands. That's out of bounds back to Snowflake. So, and auspicious start for sure for the Lady Cougars. And Snowflake, just more of the same. They are in front right now, 31-12. We'll get a backcourt violation on Snowflake on a pass for Taylor Hancock. Second half starters for Snowflake: Raya Denhalter, number 1. Nicole Hips, number 10. Nicole, a brilliant first half. Number 24, Rennell West. Number 4, Taylor Hancock. And number 3, Kennedy Stewart, who knocked that 3 down just a moment ago. Inbound for Sholo. And their 5 look like this right now on the floor. Raquel Wilson handling the ball right now, number 5. Gets it to number 1, Reese Perkins. Reese on the drive, and her shot is blocked by Rennell West. And on the play, Reese rolled up on Raya Denhalter's ankle, and Raya's going to limp her way back to defense here. Staying out there, trying to shake it off, but she looks like that left ankle that she is favoring right now, that looks like it's wrapped up pretty good. She might already have tape or a brace or something on that ankle, and she's noticeably slowed right now. There's a steal. I call that number 5 of the game for Raquel Wilson, and the shot is good for Raquel. So many times you see that when she gets a steal, it leads directly to a basket like that in transition for Sholo, and they've got a mountain to climb right here. Down by 17. Kennedy Stewart, and she'll save it in off the Cougar defenders in the corner right there. Inbound, Stewart under to Denhalter. The shot is good. Great vision by Kennedy Stewart to find Raya. And another basket for Snowflake. Every one of those baskets is just like it's like a paper cut that gets bigger. Here as this second half moves along into the paint. Wilson has it back outside to Tatum Moore. Sholo's 5 include Anaya Paxson right there on the baseline. She's going to miss that shot. Out of bounds to Snowflake. Paxson, number 10. Reese Perkins, number 1. Raquel Wilson, number 5. Jaylee Boyce, number 2. And Tatum Moore, number 12. The Sholo Cougars here. The officials have reconvened, had a conference to talk about it, and they have decided that the basketball belongs to Sholo. So the Cougars are going to inbound the basketball here. Trailing by, should I say it, 19 points. Wilson drives, kick it back to Perkins. Paxson for 3, off the glass, count the shot. The ATM is open. The bank delivering for Anaya Paxson. That'll be Anaya's first 3 of the game. That's Sholo's first 3-point basket in the entire contest. Denhalter near the key, has to force it back outside. A runner from the corner is no good out there for Hips. And then Jaylee Boyce comes down extremely hard in trying to get the rebound. She knocked it out of bounds. And she's holding her nose, and that's, I think, just one the ways in which she just hurt herself. So Jaylee going to lay on the ground for a bit. She wanted to get up, but teammate didn't let her jump right up, so Coach Francis is going to come out and take a look. And a scary moment as she hit the ground very hard. But she'll get to her feet and make it to the bench under her own power. She might have a bloody nose going as well. I think that Jaylee's going to make her way back. Before you know it, she's way too tough to not make an appearance back in this game here against the arch rivals, against the Snowflake Lobos. After all of that, and they'll have to do a little cleaning up on the court there. We're going to grab a timeout. Stand by, everybody. We'll be back in a moment. It's Northland basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Show Low Ford. Show Low Ford has the best deals. Not only does Show Low Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Show Low Ford sells the best at the best price. Show Low Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at showlowford.com.
Hey, have you heard the rumor that the free Lifeline phone program has ended?
I got some great news. It's not true. Cellular One is still providing free phones and unlimited talk and text nationwide, plus 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Wow, free unlimited talk, text, and 5 gigabytes of high-speed data.
Want to see if you qualify? Just visit your local Cellular One store today. You can walk out with a brand new smartphone and enjoy the biggest, most reliable network on the Navajo Nation. Cellular One, keeping you connected for over 30 years, and we're here to stay.
So from the timeout, Sholo had the ball. Snowflake a takeaway, and Taylor Hancock is going to get fouled. No shot. That'll be an inbound, but it's the third foul of the game on Tatum Moore. Tatum hustling back. Can't fault her for the effort. But she ended up getting airborne. And then the contact produces the foul. That's number 3 in the game on Tatum Moore. Snowflake will get Haley Westover back into the game. She replaces Renelle West. Also for Sholo with the 3 fouls, Tatum has been lifted from the game, and Lacey Peter, number 20, replaces her for Sholo. Hibbs has it to the corner. Denhalter going to dump it into the paint. And a shot no good inside there for Westover. Rebound, Lacey Peter for Sholo. Cougars go back to work with it on the right angle. And as Reese Perkins in the paint. The pivot and the forced shot up there, and she's able to draw the foul. Westover fronting her. Picks up her first foul of the game for the Lady Lobos. That'll be their second team foul here in the third quarter. Sholo with 1 team foul here. We got 4:34 on the clock. Third quarter action and a free throw make by Reese Perkins. Still a huge deficit to make up. 2 free throws will help, but need a lot more than that. And they got to start hitting their threes. Where's Jaylee Boyce? Where's her shot from the outside? Well, I'm sure she's going to be back in the game here anytime soon. Raquel Wilson and Nia Paxson, strong three-point shooters. There's a Westover foul now. Haley's got 2 fouls in the game for the Lady Lobos, their third team foul here with 4:23 remaining in the third quarter. Peter with it to Anaya Paxson at the high post. And Anaya's going to have it ripped away by Raya Denhalter. A 2-on-2 Snowflake break. Up it goes. Shot no good. Peter the rebound. Snowflake the opportunity, but they could not complete it at the end. Perkins drops it back. Peter for three, and that shot off the back iron. Tipped around. Denhalter. Snowflake rebound. And she will work it into front court. The leaner in is going to be no good. Got it back. Second try also. Unable to make that. Paxson, a Sholo rebound. Perkins puts it up, and that one's going to come up a little bit shy. Well, Sholo has this helping them just a little bit, and that is that Snowflake's not making really their shots with any regularity here in the second half. But Sholo continues to struggle making theirs. They have outscored Snowflake to come out in the third quarter 7-5, but I mean, that's doing very little to reverse what happened in the first half. And there is a Snowflake foul, Nicole Hips. Hips has now a couple of fouls in the game. Returning to the lineup for Snowflake is Rennell West. Mariah Denhalter will get a much-needed break in the action. We'll be paying attention for details coming up on the Copper tournament, the small school open division tournament that's coming up here as the season ends. They'll play the first two rounds of that tournament before they play any of the 3A, 2A, or 1A postseason brackets, because teams that lose in the first two rounds of the Copper tournament get to return back to their original conferences for the postseason. There's a rebound by Reese Hatch off a Snowflake miss. Sholo push it up. And Wilson cut off. Good defense. Just doing a great job. Snowflake collapsing on the pivot on the left-hand turn by Wilson. Just would not allow a lane for her. She's going to try a different route. And unable to scoop that one up there. His shot is no good. She'll contest the dribble in backcourt, and a foul called on Paxson. Anaya Paxson committing personal foul. Why don't we introduce you to the officials here tonight? Airbody. We'll do that after the timeout. Sholo wants a timeout here with 2:07 on the clock. In the third quarter, 33-19 advantage for the Snowflake Lady Lobos. Northland basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Imagine watching your favorite team without a comfy couch to leap from when your team scores that winning touchdown, or a table for all of your favorite game time snacks, or even a media center to display your TV. Unthinkable. The Furniture Gallery, located in Snowflake, brings only the best to make your game time experience a winner. The Furniture Gallery will help make your house into a home, and they'll do whatever it takes to make you a customer for life.
Your neighbors and friends won't have to fake their enthusiasm over your new wall. With the durability and strength of precast Verticrete walls from Hatch Concrete is a solid investment. Enhance your property's value with a two-sided decorative concrete wall that's as stylish as it is affordable. No yearly repairs or restaining needed. Request a free estimate from Hatch Concrete today, where quality isn't just a name, but a tradition.
Hey everybody, welcome back in to our courtside rock and roll seat with Billy Idol in concert there during the break for just a moment. I don't know if you've seen Billy Idol lately. He looks like your very hip grandma is who he looks like these days. He's kind of got that old, short, spiky hairdo. Here's a miss by Snowflake. Rebound, Sholo up the floor it goes, and Jaylee Boyce has made her re-entry for the Sholo Cougars after getting dinged up a few minutes ago. And Jaylee's shot is going to be no good, just a little bit short. Again, the shot's not falling for the Cougars, and they need a few of those to happen in a hurry. Inbound for Snowflake. They push it up the floor, right side, Denhalter, and her pass is picked off by Jaylee Boyce. Jaylee has had to find a couple of nose plugs to stop that bloody nose that she got earlier, and she'll take a pass inside and get it blocked by Rennell West. She's had multiple blocks in the game here now, playing great with some interior defense for Snowflake. We'll get a Jaylee Boyce foul after all of that. That'll be Jaylee's first of the game, and the third team foul on Sholo with 1:25 remaining in the third quarter. Kennedy Stewart looking. I don't know how she beat the 5-second on that, but she made a great pass into Denhalter. Up the floor, and Jaylee Boyce steps in front. of the Denhalter bounce pass. And she'll run it up. Step back. Partially blocked again by Rennell. She's playing tremendous defense for Snowflake. And the Lobos going to scoop it up and take it up the right side. This is the number 2 ranked Snowflake Lobos. Number 2 in the state as you get that shot blocked by Jaylee Boyce. Well, Jaylee coming in after getting her nose dinged a while ago. She has made 3 terrific defensive plays, including that shot block on Denhalter, who just doesn't get her shot blocked. Try blocking that one right there. Kennedy Stewart, another 3 for the Lobos. 50 seconds remaining in the quarter. If you're listening on radio or you're listening on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone, Raquel Wilson's shot hasn't gone down well for her tonight. She missed that one there. Denhalter turns and drops it in. All of a sudden, Snowflake has outscored Sholo 10-7 here in the third quarter. Reese Hatch in the corner. Pass into Jaylee. Jaylee Boyce lost the handle on it. There's Denhalter with the high dribble. And the transition basket after the takeaway. And Raya starting to make some noise out there. 8 points in the game for Denhalter. 10 seconds remain in the quarter. Perkins dips under, and the shot comes up short. On the rebound, that one no good for Boyce, and I think Jaylee's headed to the foul line on a Snowflake foul. That one committed by Haley Westover. Westover back out on the floor, and her third of the game. .9 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Jaylee's free throw was good. Coach Francis will sit Wilson for the final seconds of this. Just give her that extra moment of a breather. And that one is going to go. Inbound and a long pass. Nothing there. Snowflake will take a 40-21 advantage into the fourth quarter of this 3A East matchup. It's number 2 hosting number 4 in the state. Snowflake having their way right now. Stand by for the fourth quarter. Northland basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
Want the best deal on your new car, truck, van, or SUV? Go to Sholo Ford. Sholo Ford has the best deals. Not only does Sholo Ford sell the #1 truck in America, Guy Hatch guarantees you won't find a better deal on that truck anywhere else. Sholo Ford sells the best at the best price. Sholo Ford on the east end of the Deuce and at SholoFord.com.
Big thanks, Sholo Ford. Also a thank you to Holbrook Family Dentistry. Thank you to Navajo Petroleum for their sponsoring partnership. Thanks goes out to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint, to White Mountain Regional Medical Center. They will present the Sports Zone's Player of the Game at the conclusion of this one here tonight. We've got 2 games, this one and the boys' game coming up. Our broadcast schedule will find us this coming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday at the 3A North Region Basketball Tournament in Window Rock. Action every day starts at 3 o'clock with the championship games at 3 and 5 o'clock on Saturday. And it will be a fun time for all. So make sure you join us for our coverage from the North Region Basketball Tournament. And the news on that, and what you need to understand is if you're going to watch our video coverage, you can listen to the live audio here on our YouTube channel, but to watch the moving pictures, to watch the videos, you watch Anaya Paxson deliver a long-range 2-point bucket right there. To watch the actual video, the live stream video, that will be pay-per-view. We're going to have a pay-per-view option for you. It will be $15 for the entire weekend. And so be ready for that. Shouldn't be anything too difficult for you to be able to navigate. Snowflake turns the basketball over. Northland basketball. Snowflake hosting Sholo. Girls game underway now. The boys game. The boys game will follow this one. Coming right up from Snowflake. Inbound. Perkins gets a return pass, and she'll throw a three up there for the Cougars. That one no good. Rebound inside by Lacey Peter, and she'll send it outside to Reese again. Right side, Tatum Moore. To Anaya Paxson at the top. She'll stop at the foul line, and that one on an attempt from Peter to Tatum is going to get stolen by Raya Denhalter. Denhalter has turned her game up a couple of notches here in the second half. And Snowflake has a 19-point lead again. Well, you know, sometimes you just can't seem to find your rhythm. That's been Sholo's issue right here, and in no small part because of Snowflake's defense. But there's a shot for Anaya Paxson. Count the three for Anaya. 42-26 our score. Snowflake comfortably in front. They're going to take some time off the clock. Pick up the dribble outside. Nicole Hips for three. That's no good off the back iron. Long rebound to Jaylee Boyce, and Jaylee will take care of that one. 42-26 our score. Jaylee on the drive. Off the glass, shot good for Jaylee Boyce. Jaylee is an offensive force for the Sholo Cougars, but today that's just the first shot she's made from the field. Again, credit Snowflake's defense for the job they've done all night long. Anaya Paxson leads Sholo scoring with 10 points, and Raquel Wilson has 9. Turnaround with the left hand, perfect. That is a Raya Denhalter special right there. And she's got 10 second half points, 12 in the game, and a timeout for Snowflake. Stand by. Northland basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
The gridiron is where teams come to battle and dominate. With over 5 decades of knowledge and expertise, manpower, and a whole lot of horsepower, Perkins Cinders is that all-star teammate you need to dominate your project. They deliver all things dirt, from gravel, cinders, topsoil mulch, concrete materials, and more. Want to score big? Use the one that will get you that win. Perkins Cinders is helping you get a load of this.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Sholo, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
5 minutes and 9 seconds remaining here in the basketball game. A Snowflake, the girls varsity game. 44-28, long pass up the floor, and Paxson couldn't complete it at the end. She got it back, forced to pass into the paint, and Tatum Moore couldn't handle that one. It was taken away by Nicole Hips, and then stolen right back by a hard-hustling, hard-playing Reese Perkins. And that's going to go out of bounds. And Snowflake will have the ball back. Well, listen, if you would have told me it was going to be this kind of difference at this point of the game between these two teams, as good as Sholo is, and of course Snowflake is very good, the number 2 ranking is no mistake, but if you would have told me Snowflake would be leading by 16 points with half the fourth quarter remaining, I would have thought that was about the only thing more impossible to conceive of. That would be who might win the Grammy Award for Best Country Music Album. Oh, that was Beyonce. Yeah, that's right. That seems almost as impossible to me as the score we're seeing out here tonight so far in the game. Anybody else with me on that? Everybody, you know, there's all these fake memes, fake social media posters out there that show a picture of George Strait like he's dogging on it. Hey, there's a steal right there. I think Raquel's got 6 steals in the game. And Raquel Wilson makes that shot, but Got to make a run right now. Right now is the moment. Half the quarter left. Got to make your run right now. There's Wilson. That good defense and the shot to go along with it. We'll see if Sholo can start to put it together. Paxton found a lane, and Paxton's shot in the paint is good. Hey, there you go. That's the kind of stuff. That's what a comeback starts looking like for the Sholo Cougars. And look at the takeaway. Sholo got it down to 12, and that one is tipped. And they say Snowflake did not get a hand on it. Sholo the last to touch it. It'll be Snowflake's ball for an inbound. Sholo going to contest this in backcourt. 3:39 remaining in regulation. If I hadn't mentioned, you're listening on Mix 98 KRFM Sholo, the broadcast home of the Sports Zone across the White Mountains. Raquel Wilson, three goes up. That one is just short. Perkins fights for the rebound and gets it for Sholo. Back outside to Wilson, guarded by Taylor Hancock. Sholo dumps a pass inside. That one is good for Jaylee Boyce. And the Cougars mounting a comeback. They've got it down to 10. It was a 19-point advantage not long ago. There was that talk about the Country Music Grammy Award for the album. That kind of got Sholo fired up. Inside, that shot is good. No good. Sorry, my bad. I didn't see it. I was blocked. My view was blocked. And Rennell West took the extra step. Coach Brogan urging his ladies on from the sideline. Snowflake's got 2 timeouts left. Sholo with 3 timeouts remaining. And we've got exactly 3 minutes left in regulation. Perkins walks it up and gets the pass taken away. Snowflake. And we'll get a hand check on Reese Perkins. The official there making the call right there on your screen, that is Mary Freddy. She's one of the officials in this one tonight. In the background there is Paul Hancock, and the other official who will join them at half court, or at least join Mary at half court. There's that other official coming up. That is Quinn Ashton. Quinn Ashton, great crew, outstanding crew. We've got the best officials in the state right here in this Flagstaff district. Stand by for a quick timeout. 10-point difference. Northland basketball presented by the Sports Zone.
How would you like to be sitting on a beach under the palm trees with your feet in the warm sand and sitting next to the one you love? It's the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Valentine's Special, and you could win a Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 plus $1,000 cash. Right now, with your insured windshield replacement, everyone can take that special person in their life out for 2 dinners at Cattleman's Steakhouse. Then take them to the movies with 2 free theater tickets. And everyone's name, including insurance and cash jobs, will go in the hat for a chance to win a 5-night Royal Caribbean cruise for 2 and $1,000 spending cash. Don't miss out on steak dinners, movie tickets, and a cruise for 2 with $1,000 cash. Happy Valentine's Day.
536-597 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cash back to you. Woohoo!
Mentioned those officials a moment ago. I wonder if another official called Brian Sosi, who was here in Snowflake today, I wonder if Mr. Sosi is paying attention to our broadcast out there and can hear me. I wonder, Brian, if you're enjoying your Trapper's Cafe banana cream pie about right now, or if you're saving that for the end of your trip home today, because I hear tell that you may have been convinced to get that. Look at that block shot by Jaylee Boyce. Jaylee's going to bring it up, and she lost it out of bounds. Boy, that was the makings of a big moment for Sholo right there. Unfortunately, they got in their own way. Literally got in their own way right there, and the ball goes out of bounds back to the Snowflake Lobos. Well, tell us, Brian, tell us about the pie, okay? Here's the drive, and Denhalter misses. Rebound, Tatum Moore for Sholo. 2 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. Tatum, the adjustment on the drive. And she managed to get that left hand up there and good. So now the lead is down to 8 points. Show Low, valiant in these final moments. Nicole Hips, and a timeout from the Snowflake bench. That's gonna leave them with one remaining. Show Low will have 2 timeouts. So we stay. We're good. We're good. So I don't have to take a timeout right here. We can mention a couple of other things. Remind you again of our broadcast schedule. This coming Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we will be at the 3A North Region Basketball Tournaments. Here tonight, Snowflake and Show Low in a big game. Snowflake ranked number 2 in the state. Show Low number 4 in the state. And it looks like Show Low is going to make this one go down to the very end. Thank you to Navajo Petroleum for their broadcast partnership here at the Sports Zone. Thank you to Choice Broadband as well. But, and thank you to Tallman Bucket Bulls for helping us bring you coverage from Snowflake tonight. This Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we are at Window Rock High School. Games begin every day at 3 p.m. And we expect massive crowds at the arena, massive crowds on our live video coverage. I will say, and we'll let you know right now in advance, if you're planning to join us for the live video coverage, that it will be available as a pay-per-view event. You will only have to pay one time, and actually I realized the cost of the one-time subscription to watch our coverage the entire weekend is $20 for the 3A North Region Basketball Tournament. That 3 is good for Jaylee Boyce. Jaylee bouncing back from the earlier, wasn't really an injury. She did get hurt. She has gotten her team to within 5. That one punched out. Snowflake has given it up. But they're going to get it right back on a Anaya Paxton pass that's picked up by Raya Denhalter and then knocked out of bounds by the Show Low defense. 1:01 remaining. There is time left yet. And right now in the moment, Coach Francis calls a timeout for the Show Low Cougars, as that huge lead, that 19-point lead, has evaporated into a 5-point advantage now. With time left, you get a steal, you hit a shot, you make it a 1-possession game. Anything can happen in these final moments. And holding on to a lead against a good team, that is always so hard. Plenty of Show Low fans here to respond and react to their ladies when they make a play. So while you've got a decided Snowflake crowd here at home, Show Low able to negate a little bit of that with the noise they can make here in this one. And what a game we've got for you tonight. Game 1 of our broadcast doubleheader. The boys will follow this one coming up. Now, I'm going to look at something else. It's not going to mean a lot to you right now, but coming up, we're going to have a lot of coverage in the postseason. And I can't tell you specifically the games, but I can tell you that we expect to have games on February 11th in the Girls Copper Tournament, round 1. February 12th as you get a steal, shot block out of bounds, inbound on the way for the Show Low Cougars. Reese Perkins with that steal. So February 11th, February 12th, the 13th and 14th as well. Games on those days. February 17th and 18th. February 21st and 22nd. And then the potential of some radio-only games on February 28th and March 1st. So we've got a lot of games, a lot of action left to cover for you here at Northland Basketball. And a pass that is picked off by Kennedy Stewart. That's a huge defensive play. Kennedy is harassed in backcourt and ends up traveling. Well, the officials are letting a little contact here in the last couple of minutes. And I know the fans don't like it. The Snowflake fans right now, very upset. They want to call. But I got to tell you, the officials did change, as a group, their tone. And they have let some of that contact both ways. Both teams have been getting away with some contact like that right there, a little bit right there. Jaylee did not elevate on the shot. And so some contact is being given by the official. They'll finally call one right here, and that will go against the Show Low Cougars. That one, the 4th foul of the game on Reese Perkins. Reese got to be careful right there. Although, to be honest with you, if her efforts produce a steal at the risk of a foul here in the final 26 seconds, I think they would make that trade. Inbound on the sideline, that's a turnover. That's Sholow's ball. That was a great job. That was a great job by Raquel Wilson. She just cut off the forward progress of Kennedy Stewart. Stewart didn't like it. Look at this. Denhalter pays it back with a steal to Rennell West. Big shot for Snowflake. Snowflake with the make. We'll call timeout with 15 seconds left. And they have just made this a 3-possession game, and that's if Sholo could hit a couple of threes. There's your finish right there. That's a backbreaker for Snowflake, and the Sholo Cougars had their opportunities, a couple of chances right there, could not cash in, could not take advantage of a couple of efforts that went their way. One thing for sure, they turned this into a great game here down the stretch. Marcy Jones is asking, how do you purchase the pay-per-view? Well, that's coming up, okay? We hope to have all of that worked out for you tomorrow and available tomorrow, if not on the first day of the tournament or any time during the tournament. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, you will be able to purchase a subscription, and the easiest thing to do is to watch our coverage, which won't include live pictures, on our Sports Zone channel. It'll be audio only, but you'll be able to find a link right there on this channel that you're watching right now. That one is tied up. Snowflake has it with 4.5 seconds left, and the Lobos are going to get a win. Time for us to think about the Sports Zone's player of the game, presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. On an inbound, a whistle. Sholo's going to battle to the very bitter end right here. Mitchell Daisy says, thanks to Vitamin C and Zinc and Sports Zone for live broadcasting. Watching for Paige as the inbound will run the clock out, and Snowflake has a huge win in the 3A East region. How about the Snowflake Lady Lobos? Getting it done, and we're going to get some votes in. This is a tough one. Who do you vote for? Raya Denhalter had a brilliant second half. Love the second half she played. 12 points for her. Kennedy Stewart shot lights out with 4 threes and scored 14 points. Nicole Hips had 12 points in the game today. I think those are your leading contenders. We need to grab a vote on this one for the Sports Zone's player of the game. The voting is, I'm telling you, it's like Arizona voting in the presidential election. It's hard to get the returns. Who do you got? It's tough. The vote is tough here. Okay, I'll tell you who we got. The results are in, and our Sports Zone player of the game is Raya Denhalter. Raya Denhalter, number 1, will collect the Sports Zone player of the game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center, and she'll join us here in just a couple of moments. How about that? While we wait for Raya, we're going to grab a timeout. Take a timeout and return for our post-game wrap-up in a moment. Exciting finish, Northland basketball, presented by the Sports Zone. Stand by.
When it comes to paint, whether you're looking for interior or exterior paint, Dunn Edwards provides quality solutions to make all your painting projects look professional. And the home of Dunn Edwards in the White Mountains is Ace Hardware in Show Low, Pine Top, and Heber Overgard. Thanks to Dunn Edwards, Ace has the best interior paint for your home or office, and their exterior paint will stand up to the wear and tear of our tough seasonal weather. When it's time to paint, it's time to visit Ace Hardware of the White Mountains for high-quality Dunn Edwards interior and exterior paint and primer.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
In years past, when you needed expert medical care, you may have overlooked one credible local healthcare provider. White Mountain Regional Medical Center's Rural Health Clinic is your destination for specialized care, orthopedics, podiatry, behavioral health, and advanced interventional pain management. And it's all closer than you think. Located in Springerville, White Mountain Regional Medical Center is your healthcare partner when choices matter.
Well, hey, everybody, welcome back into our post-game wrap-up here on the Sports Zone's Game of the Week broadcast. Northland basketball presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. It's senior night, and behind us they are honoring the boys' senior team. And you might be able to catch some of that in the background. Meanwhile, let's talk to the Sports Zone's player of the game. After a Snowflake win, they have defeated Sholo 46-39 in the girls' varsity game. The player of the game is presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And the young lady on your screen is going to pick that up for us tonight. Her name is Raya Denhalter. Raya, congratulations.
Thank you.
Hey, what a game. What a game. Yes. You guys came out, Snowflake came out on fire first quarter, got the big lead, held that big lead most of the game, but then in the fourth quarter, the furious Sholo comeback. What did it take to hang on and get the win?
Honestly, I think we were a little flustered with their, man, we haven't really practiced. We haven't seen as much man press, so that was kind of hard, but I think just trusting each other and being able to see the ball pass up the court, see the open man, and just once the ball's in, just get down the court and let one person try to bring it down so it doesn't lead to traps.
Raya, you were so important in that second half for your team. You scored 10 of your 12 points in the second half, and you found that rhythm again where you get that quick shot up. Kind of, it might be a little fade away, but the main thing I'm driving at is your fundamental usage of the backboard, the glass on that. Tell me about the development of that shot. How did you come to develop that little shot off the glass there?
Honestly, I think just me and my sister come in a lot. We practice post moves on each other, and same with my mom. My mom helps me. We all, just practice with finishing with contact, using the backboard, because that's the easiest way to get it in.
Listen, you did a great job. Your team has earned, to this point of the season, the number 2 ranking, and then you just now knocked off number 4. Does that tell us anything as fans that watch the game, fans in Northeast Arizona? Does that tell us something specific about Snowflake? Do you think that there's a lot that you can accomplish in the postseason?
Yeah, I think that we're as good as any team out there. We can beat any team, and I think we are all confident in that. We just have to play to the best of our ability and play as hard as we can, and I think we can beat any team that we play this season.
How good did this victory feel?
Felt so good. After we lost to them, I think we were already frustrated. Sholo's the rivals. We can't lose to them.
You came out from the very beginning and set the tone, didn't you guys? Yeah. Hey, congratulations, a great win.
Thank you.
Enjoy that, okay?
Thank you.
There is Raya Denhalter, the Sports Zone's player of the game. It's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. What a performance by Raya. And she's not the only one. Her teammates also had, in different ways, just everybody contributed well for this team. Raya was our player of the game. Could have given it to Kennedy Stewart, 14 points, 4 threes for Kennedy. Could have given it to Nicole Hips. What a great job by Nicole. Scored all 12 of her points in the first half of this one in the victory over Sholo. Final score in this big 3A East rivalry matchup. Snowflake 46, Sholo 39 in the girls' varsity game. Let's talk to the victorious head coach of Snowflake, Mike Brogan, joining us now. Coach, congratulations.
Hey, thank you, Floyd.
Wow, man, I asked you before. What did I ask you before the game? What did I ask you for?
Yes, just to make sure we had a good game tonight,
I wanted a great
good competitive game.
I wanted to have a good game. I was feeling it. I was keyed up, energetic, ready to go. And And that's what it turned into. It was a great game. Yeah. Starting with the Lady Lobos coming out of the blocks in a great way today.
Yeah, we played really well that first quarter, and we've been getting better and better at that. We made some good runs to close the half, to close the third quarter. We've been talking an awful lot about being able to close quarters and things like that. So really happy with that. We shot the ball better tonight. We've been shooting the ball better the last probably 2 weeks, which has been helping us, but a little frustrated with our end of game.
Well,
execution.
What would you say was the issue in that fourth quarter with Sholo's comeback?
They just got us sped up. We were picking our dribble up with our guards, and so it was hard to initiate and getting any offense. And so multiple times we had our dribble picked up, 35 feet from the basket, and just weren't able to get any offense started for that. So I think we just got a little passive and just need to stay aggressive in that moment.
Well, going back on the note of things that did go well for you tonight, I thought your defense was pretty spectacular in the first half.
Yeah, we did a really good job. I mean, obviously when we play Sholo, our focal point's Raquel. She's such a good player. I thought Taylor Hancock did a really good job on her tonight. I don't know how many Raquel finished with, but I felt like we did a great job on her. Everybody understood their role. Our help defense was really good tonight, and then we rebounded the ball really well that first half to close out that defensive possession. But
11 points.
She ended up with 11, and
Raquel.
Yeah, and it's hard to hold her anywhere near that. So,
team did great, Coach. I mean, we've got a lot to look forward to with the postseason on the way.
Yeah, I was just looking. I think now we lost to number 1 in the 3A. We'd sure like that's the last team left we got to square a score with.
Yeah.
But we've beaten 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 11, I think.
Yeah.
On this, so we've played a pretty tough schedule, and
so even with a couple of losses along the way, there's no mistaking why Snowflake is where they are in the rankings. You've beaten quality teams all the way.
Yeah, I think we've earned it. I mean, our schedule has been really good, and we've played. Most of the nights we've come out competitive. So,
congratulations.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for delivering an exciting, entertaining game for all of us. Okay.
Yeah, anytime.
All right.
Anytime. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yep.
There's Mike Brogan, head coach of Snowflake. They get the win, 46-39 here. Northland basketball at the Sports Zone. The boys' game is coming up in a couple of moments, so make sure you join us for that right here. Look for the new broadcast on our Sports Zone Radio YouTube channel in just a moment. Thanks to our broadcast team led by our producer, Derek Simmons. What a job by him and the crew tonight, as always. Our technical director on this one, Colby Maxwell. And shooting camera for us tonight, Big Sean Ulvistad on those looks for you from up high. And that'll do it on this one. God bless you, everybody. Join us again in just a couple of moments for our next broadcast of Northland Basketball.